Good morning, everyone. Willow Skylor here. Johnny is away at a convention right now, so he won't be joining us. But welcome to Back of the Cereal Box. I am your host, Willow Skylor. With me today will be Kelly. So let's go and have some fun. If only I can find our music.
It's like Coca-Cola, Levi Strauss, Johnny Carson and Mickey Mouse. The first star was James Dean. Elvis Presley, yeah, he's still the king. Some things are only imitatable. You can't beat an original. Oh, you can't beat an original.
All right, so Saturday morning is usually the time of cartoons, cereal, and lots of fun. Johnny gave us homework to watch Sigmund and I'm gonna bring up Kelly because me and her have to talk about this. She has kids and she knows what it's like to watch some pretty weird stuff. Hey, Kelly.
Hello. When Johnny's away, the girls will play.
Yeah. So, yeah, we. How is your morning so far?
It's a morning. My ear is killing me. I'm fighting off an ear infection, so I woke up and my first words were "ow." I'm on day 3 of antibiotics, so it'll get better.
Oh, good. Do you I hope you're not like me where it goes into the eustachian tube.
I don't know. I hope not.
Yeah, because those earaches are a pain in the butt. Your balance is shot, and it feels like you're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And Kelly, that is a giant bowl I'm getting.
Thank you for noticing.
So, what cartoons did you watch Saturday mornings?
X-Men, Batman the Animated Series. So Power Rangers isn't a cartoon, but I watched Power Rangers. I watched Gummy Bears. Oh gosh, like basically anything that was on, I watched.
Pretty much. I think we kept it on one channel pretty much all day, and then it was like the anime, block of watching Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and but yeah, I don't know. Dragon Ball Z wasn't my favorite cartoon when it came to anime. I really loved Beyblade though.
Dragon Ball Z was still is my husband's jam. Like that was, it's my husband's favorite. I mean, it's probably not his favorite anime now, but that was his gateway, so he's got a soft spot for it. So it's not my favorite either, but you know what? It makes a hubby happy, so.
We should ask Johnny if we can do like an anime day, tribute to anime, because there were some good ones.
I should plug my show because we just did an old school anime cosplay episode with Mel from I Love You Cosplay, and it was a good episode.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I need to catch up on your show.
It's hard when we have one every 2 weeks. It's hard to keep track, but Elle is fantastically talented. So she's been in the cosplay game for 25 years, and she and her partner went to Italy for an international. They were Team USA for international championship, cosplay championship. So they're like very, very talented. They're so far above and beyond. I'm like, wow, thank you for talking to us. I mean, not far above and beyond Andrea's talent, because Andrea's also, I'm like, why are you even hanging out with me? Like mid-tier. But yes, Elle had a lot of good advice. She is very knowledgeable. It was a fun show. And we nerded out about anime for an hour and a half.
Well, okay. And yes, Eli, we are talking about Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. So Johnny left us a message that I need to play. So,
hey gang, this is Johnny, and I'm not on the show this morning. I'm actually in Atlanta at Nerdy Gras with Dee Barty and Drew Milden. But I wanted to just give a shout out because this show, Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, was so important to me as a kid. I really related to the character of Sigmund. The kid who felt out of place, bullied by his peers and his family, and who basically found a home outside of his natural family. He found in humans people who understood him and related to him when the rest of his peers did not. And for me as a creative kid, that really spoke to me. I always felt that way, like I never fit in and like my peers and my family never understood me. So Sigmund became basically a symbol of my childhood. And I hope you like this overview of Sigmund and the Sea Monsters.
all right. Before we get more into our topic, I do have to thank those of you who support us all the time, watch our shows all the time. You guys are our favorite people ever. Eli Cash, Cindy Cap, Charisse Collins, Dave Meningeli, Dave Mattingly, Greg and Crystal Jones. I am glad that I got those names right this time.
They're the MVPs, and we love you all. They are fantastic people. We love them.
And the band that sings our theme song, Four Bad Crows, the Murdering Crows, get their album Four Bad Crows available on Amazon, iTunes, and Google, anywhere where you buy music. They are fabulous. I love the rockabilly vibe they have. And
Dave is saying if we're feeling lonely, he's volunteers as tribute to guest star with us today.
I will send you that
us.
link. Yes, I shall send you the link.
It is always a good show when Dave joins in. He's like one of the most interesting people we know, and we know a lot of interesting people.
And he's always giving us all these cool little tidbits. And so from one person who has useless knowledge to another, please come join our show.
So I will say, I thought Sigmund was, the sea monster was adorable. The episode itself did not age well. But
they have an updated version of it, though, on Amazon. Or, sorry, Prime. Yeah, Prime. Amazon.
See that.
But, hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Good to see you, ladies.
Do you remember
ready.
watching Sigmund and the Sea Monster?
Oh, yes. I watched the Sea Monsters on Saturday mornings growing up.
So what did you think of this show growing up?
Hang on a second. All right, there we go. I had double audio because I still had the YouTube channel up while I was talking to you. Sorry about that. Yes, I watched it growing up, and it worked me to the person I am today.
Which is a lovely person. So you know what?
Well, approximately a person, anyway. Yeah.
Oh, no.
We're all
So,
approximately people. We're people.
Do you agree with Johnny that this is one of the best ones from Sid and Marty Krofft?
It is one of the best. My favorite is still Dr. Shrinker, which I think you're going to cover next week.
Oh, okay.
It had the best theme song, at least.
Okay.
And Barty is a treasure.
Well,
The theme song was catchy.
I'm enjoying this little trip down memory lane for Johnny, but we up in Canada we've had some pretty strange shows with puppets ourselves, and I will always cherish the the Muppet Show and Sesame Street. And it just seems like as we progressed into our adulthood, these puppet shows seem to get better, but then they kind of take a slide back.
Yeah, a big influence on me too. One of my heroes is still Jim Henson.
Yes.
He's the best.
And Sid and Marty Krofft definitely had a lot of like people who do puppeteers, who are puppeteers, had the influence of Sid and Marty Krofft, and shows like it. When it comes to our my Canadian shows, you can definitely see Sid and Marty Krofft's influence on some of the stuff that we learned French from.
Yeah. Well, being Canadian, I assume French is pretty important up there, and who better to teach it?
For the most part, it really depends on where you live and what career you're going into. Sadly,
I assume most sea monsters do speak French.
So does pineapples. And I'm sure Johnny's going to allow me to do
the sea monsters that I saw in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea or anything like that. It looks a little different.
But the influence to Sigmund and wow, I can't talk today. I'm so sorry. The influence for the show, came from a washed up pile of seaweed.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
I mean, okay, the character is really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the theme song to this show wasn't as good as the other ones, but definitely had like Beach Boy influence to it. And yeah, as we said, there is an updated version of it on Prime. I don't know if you guys watched the updated version of it yet, but
no.
I have not. I'm curious to give it a try.
I'm curious what your kids would think about it, Kelly.
Yeah, because like I was saying back in the green room, my kids were really into Yo Gabba Gabba, and Sigmund really reminds me of the Yo Gabba Gabba puppets. So I think it might catch their attention. They're so hit or miss with what TV they like. So getting them to sit for something is really hard.
How are they with shows with puppets? Do they get freaked out easily when it comes to that? No?
No, well, and my son does not get freaked out easily. My son loves monsters. Loves monsters. He loves jump scares. He loves cryptids. My son loves horror movies. And my daughter things don't seem to scare her. She doesn't seek out the horror.
With a brother who likes monsters, nothing's going to scare her, right?
Yeah.
Does he have a favorite monster?
That's a cute story. So he recently I was doing a photo shoot with vampire teeth, and he walked in and smiled at me, and so I took the teeth out because I couldn't talk with them in. And I was like, "Oh, does mommy have monster teeth?" And he grinned at me and like chomped and was like, "Yes, I like." And he liked the teeth. And so then a few days later, I was talking to him about my monster teeth and talking to him because he was watching videos of monster. I was like, "Who's your favorite monster?" Mommy.
Mommy.
I'm his favorite monster.
That's cute.
You're my
But
favorite.
I also have so we recently got a squonk, a stuffed squonk. And Logan helped me open the squonk. And at first I asked him what we should name the squonk. And at first he was like, Logan. And I was like, it's your name. We can't name the squonk Logan. And he started giggling. And so he was, at first I thought he was going to steal the squonk from me. I'm like, no, this is my stuffed squonk. So look at how cute this is. So Logan named this squonk Squeaky the squonk. And for anyone who doesn't know about squonks, they're my favorite cryptid. And basically they're a Appalachian Mountains thing. The squonk is known for wailing in the woods because they're so ugly. Look at this guy. He's so cute though. He's so ugly. He's cute. So they're known for wailing in the woods. And if you come across a squonk, they will cry so much they will collapse in a puddle of their tears. And that's pretty much how they die. So it's basically the saddest cryptid ever. And I just want to hug them and tell them that they're adorable and valid and save their lives. Hashtag save the squonks. So yeah, I think he's a fan of squonks now.
Aww.
Yeah.
I love the little snake tooth.
I know. And the person who sent this to me sent him with tissues.
Oh.
Let me get this shop name just in case anyone else wants their very own squonk, because I have to. This is
Absolutely.
They're on Etsy, and they make a lot of different cryptid plushies. This one is adorable. They're all adorable. Like
Tissues are a squawk's natural habitat. Set them all up.
okay.
Dave, do you have any new loot to show us?
I might be getting some new loot later today. I'm going to the Arcade Expo.
Oh.
3 days of video games and pinball games.
Oh, that sounds like a fun place to go.
It is. And they usually have a costume contest Saturday afternoon around 2 o'clock. So I'll swing by then. I know all the people who run the show. I used to work with them. I gotta live vicariously through your pictures.
Yes.
I hadn't actually played video games since I quit making them for a living back in the 90s. But I mean, all the ones I grew up on are still going to be out there. Cubert was one of my favorites. So Surreal.
I love pinball. There's another guy that I talk to periodically who is a pinball fanatic, and I love geeking out with him. And so for our sci-fi convention, he brings in pinball machines, and he usually it lets us choose which ones we want to bring in. And I keep bugging him about the Elvira pinball machine. He actually brought one in a couple of years ago, and yeah, that was kind of cool. Yeah, I love the classic pinball machines too. They are all so pretty. Like the art and stuff like that from the pinball machines are amazing.
One of my favorite pinballs is called Funhouse.
Mm.
It has a little like ventriloquist doll head kind of there with a mouth that opens and closes while he talks. And he's like a carnival barker. Hey, you with the face, come over here and play the game. And just really annoying the whole time.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
If I can type correctly. Here we go. It's Cryptid Comfort Shop on Etsy. So you all can screenshot that. can't talk this morning either. Willow, it's catching.
I have a whole heap of problems. I'm sorry. My brain doesn't work as well as it should sometimes.
That gets all of us now and then.
So yeah, sadly I didn't do anything much with my life this week other than go to work. Although next week I am going to be helping out at a theater group. So
Cool. What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be helping out with the play for our Fringe Festival coming up this summer. Nice. So they're doing a production of Beauty and the Beast, and there's also for Kids Fringe they're doing Peter Pan or Hooked.
Okay, cool.
So.
Last week I went to the theater and saw the musical Cry Baby based on the Johnny Depp movie.
Oh,
that was really fun.
Okay.
Especially seeing Hatchet Face, how they did her makeup.
Nice.
A week before that, I saw an Agatha Christie play called An Unexpected Guest that I hadn't seen before. It was pretty good.
Okay.
At some point, everybody was a suspect. They all had some kind of motive and opportunity, and it ends up a lot different than what you thought it would be. Not going to the theater tonight. Going to go see, Everything Everywhere All at Once over at the girlfriend's place. So,
I keep hearing good things about that.
Yeah. My first time
It is a head trip.
Yeah, I've heard. Going to Hot Dog Fingers Land.
Yes, Hot Dog Fingers. Basically, that says it all. It's wild. It's philosophical. It's ridiculous. It's great.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Sandra Oh.
Mm-hmm.
No, Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's early. Dave, I can't wait to hear what you think about the movie.
Yeah. And then next week, I'm going to be in a movie. Be filming my scenes next Saturday night where I get to be a luchador chicken.
Oh, no. That is awesome.
Yeah, fortunately, I already have a luchador chicken mask. They wanted me to dress as some kind of weird thug. Well, how about this one? I've already got it. Sure. We'll go ahead and have you do that one. So, going to be my luchador chicken on the big screen at some point.
No actor is complete without playing at least one animal figure. I love that.
Check off your bucket list.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that one too.
We have Molly Daniels in the chat. My granddaughter's elementary school choir sang at a hockey game last night. That's cool.
That's awesome. Good for your granddaughter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, not a lot of hockey choirs out there. Nice.
That's like living the dream right there, is being invited to a sporting event to sing or even throw the ball or drop the puck.
Mm.
All right, I guess we should. I'm sorry?
I was going to say, if we're sharing new loot, can I share my ad?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. Because I'm really excited about this. So I am running an Indiegogo for an audiobook version of my first book, Scorcher. It's the first book in my trilogy. I have the first two books written. First two of three, so that sounds weird. So I've got some really talented people signed on to be narrators. I'm really excited about what they're doing with it. I really want to, it's a passion project. I love audiobooks. I think also that they make stories accessible to people who, for whatever reason, can't sit down and read a book. There's a lot of reasons. And I really want to get this made. We're at 40%. So yeah, let's run it. Hey there, I am Kelly Guentner, also known as Kelly Edwards, and this video is about Scorcher, the audiobook Indiegogo campaign. Scorcher is about Aiden, who is a superpowered woman who was recruited by a shadowy criminal organization when she was a child. Aiden wants out of the business when she falls in love with Marty, who's secretly a superhero. This is a story about love, redemption, the dangers of keeping secrets, and of course, superheroes and supervillains. We're raising the funding via Indiegogo to bring the story to life as an audiobook, and so I've selected passages to show off my amazing narrators and their talents. So enjoy.
Aiden had always imagined flying to be more exhilarating than this. Instead of soaring through the air with nothing else to do but enjoy the view, she was bogged down with memories as her life raced through her thoughts. As the icy expanse below rushed up to meet her, Christmases and birthdays and lazy Sundays flew through her mind, occasionally punctuated by the dying screams of her parents. She'd come a long way from being that little girl that was once found in the ashes of the family home, but there were times when she felt just as lost as she had then. She pulled the cord on her backpack and a sharp tug yanked through her body. The echoes of laughter and snatches of screams disappeared once the ground's ascent slowed. Her mind cleared and the past retreated to the hidden corner of her thoughts as she lightly touched to the ground. Once again there was only this moment, only this reality. All that remained was the mission. This was as it should be.
Now it was his job to back up Phantom, one of his teammates, while she delivered the virus to the scientist. Speaking of the heroine, the woman with silvery hair and a ghost-like complexion approached him through the woods. She gave him a terse but polite nod. "Good to see you, Chill." "You too, Phantom, though I'll be happier when this is all over with." "I'm sure you'll feel safer once the virus is destroyed. Are you sure you can trust this scientist of yours?" "I'm sure. The champion wouldn't have sent us to him if he didn't believe he could be trusted." Beside him he thought he heard a chuckle. He looked over at Phantom in surprise, but her face showed no signs of laughter. A hot sensation collided with Chill's back. It spread through his veins and his skin prickled in pain. He groaned and received a fist to the gut. He fell backwards, his skin still tingling in pain. A flash of white light filled his eyes, and another pulse of heat impacted him. He tried to control the twitching from the second impact and directed a wall of ice at his attackers. Phantom's face bent over him, melting into a tan skin tone, her hair darkening to a jet black. She reached into his suit and retrieved the vial. "Trust is for the naive."
Very cool.
All right.
Well done.
Thank you.
So yeah, Eli there with the link.
Thank you,
Eli.
Eli.
That's kind of in clutch for me.
Yeah. So I do have some new loot.
Oh, beautiful.
All right. Put me on the big screen there. First, got a graphic novel of Big Trouble in Little China.
Yep. Okay.
Very nice. Some nice animation in here. Jack is fighting a bunch of weird things. I'll have to turn the blur off my camera here. I also got 2 books recently. One, we've all wondered this. What if Jesus was a 1970s cop? Detective Jesus, Thou Shalt Not Kill, Book 1.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
From my friend Jack Kimball. And also recently, I got to write my first book forward. I owned a publishing company and over a bunch of years had published 300 books or so, but this is my first time being invited to write the foreword for somebody else's book. This one is Faith in Play from Mark Joseph Young, about how role-playing and faith go together.
Nice.
At conventions for gaming, for sci-fi, for comics, whatever, a lot of times I'll set up the church services on that Sunday, and I get to preach about zombies or pirates or aliens or whatever, because, you know, that's how you do things. And it's just fun to hang out and combine 2 of the things that I care a lot about, games and God.
That's awesome. Wow. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's funny how so Facebook and Meta messaged me saying that, hey, you're getting a lot of great interactions with your viewers. We would like to pay you in stars. And this is like, oh boy. I feel really happy about that, but at the same time, I'm just like, taking people's money. I don't know how I feel about that for my content.
Well, that's what entertainment is.
So I have to get used to not feeling like, yeah. And it's funny because that was when I got that message, my therapist messaged me and said, hey, we haven't seen each other since last month. Let's go. Let's get together. It's like, yeah, I'm going to have to talk to you about something.
Imposter syndrome is a thing.
Oh, is it ever?
Me. I got rid of my inner critic and traded it for an inner laugh track. Life is just so much more fun now.
I love that.
I'll have to remember that.
That imposter syndrome is a good thing. It means that we're learning and growing. If I just do stuff that I already know how to do, I'm not getting any better. If I'm doing something that I'm still learning, I'm going to feel what some people call imposter syndrome. I just consider evidence of growth and change. I try to learn and do new things all the time, which means I'm always the new guy at something. I'm always the guy who never knows what's going on in some part of my life. It keeps me growing and learning and humble. So imposter syndrome, it's not something to be scared of. It just means that you are not stagnating.
I always think of a tweet. Oh.
No, go ahead.
So I saw a tweet a few years ago that really resonated with me where someone was like, stop thinking of yourself as an imposter. You are a trickster god or goddess.
Yep.
Because you fooled these people into thinking that you're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So celebrate your trickster goddess ways and just keep living the part. Keep, striving to live up to whatever you fooled them into thinking you were. Kind of fake it till you make it. But yeah, just think of yourself as a trickster goddess. Like, I am.
Yep. I've also heard that as the brilliant con man syndrome.
Yep.
Well, I think I figured out a way to make myself feel good, as well as helping the community that I'm a part of. And I'm not gonna keep all the money to myself. I definitely would like to help out with giving funds to my community center that I was a board member of, and just help my city, help my city heal.
You have such a good heart.
Thank you. I just it's almost like it would be almost like a guilty thing of me to see that people are donating their money to me and then just kind of be selfish with it. No, I can't do that.
Well, I don't have a problem getting paid for something that I like doing, because I always like my job, no matter what job I have. And if I get paid for something else that I like, that's good for both of us. I mean, I liked doing it, and you liked watching it or buying it or receiving it or whatever it is. We're helping each other out.
And that's why I like doing these shows, is because it helps other people like Kelly and like you, Dave, promote yourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, when I ran the book company, I never thought of what I was doing as selling. It wasn't a salesy thing when I had a booth at a convention. I'm just offering a product, and if you like it, you can come by and get it. I'm not pushing anything on anybody. And even when I was advertising, I never thought of it really as advertising, more as positioning. That I know my market, the sci-fi and fantasy nerds, the gaming nerds, the math and tech nerds, whatever they are, because I am them. I am that audience.
Yeah.
The freaks, geeks, and weirdos, I'm there with you. And it's not selling because I'm already one of them. I don't have to be accepted into the tribe. I'm not some pushy outsider. I'm already just one of you. Now I'm doing this cool thing, whatever it is that I like, and maybe you will like too. So just be the person who is already there. I don't go to some place where I'm not normally at. I mean, I'm already at these things. So instead of trying to chase down my customers, I'll just head them off at the pass. I'll just go where they're going anyway and meet them ahead of them.
Yeah.
You're telling them about something that they want.
Right.
And matching them with a product that's right for them.
Yeah.
That's effective sales, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you don't have it at your table, you can point to someone who does.
Mm-hmm. And actually, that's why we started branching out. I started off in sci-fi, fantasy, and horror novels, but then other authors started coming to me. Hey, we do mysteries. Well, I like mysteries too, and romance. Well, I mean, every story is a romance story in some way. So before you know it, I had my core stuff: sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and then romance, mystery, business, poetry, things like that. So that if the nerd like me comes up and says, "Hey, I want to get one of these things," and I want to get one of that thing, for my friend back home, or my girlfriend, or you're at a show and there's one person who is really into the thing, and the other person who's kind of just going along, maybe dragged there, or whatever. Like, oh, we have mysteries, and they'll start looking around too.
Yeah. Molly Daniels with that's what I say about the evening job. I get paid to talk to people, and when I have a new book to show off, I take it with me to show my favorite frequent flyers.
Nice.
Hi, Molly.
My next days is doing national security stuff. So I'm not in publishing anymore, doing cybersecurity things when I'm not doing the day job.
Yeah. Speaking of day jobs, I'm going to be volunteering at working, but volunteering for Adoption Week day, whatever. We're getting a bunch of animals, and we're going to talk people into adopting them.
Yeah.
So I get to be around dogs and cats all for a couple hours today. So it's
that sounds awesome.
Terrible. Yeah.
My happy place. So if you guys have room in your hearts and your homes to adopt an animal, please go to your local PetSmart or even your local shelters and bring home a loving pet that needs a home.
I wish I had room for more. I have 2 rabbits, and I have been told that is all I get.
Oh, yeah. My husband's often telling me, don't adopt any animals today.
Yep.
It's hard. It really is.
It's not just my husband. My mom is my parents are my landlord, and my mom has even been like, nope, no more animals.
Yeah.
She's kind of backing my husband up on that. She's like, no, your husband can't do anymore. I'm like, but I want a cat so bad.
I am literally the type of person to bring home a stray cat that I see on the street, and yeah, I keep saying that I'm glad that I'm married because my husband keeps me grounded, and meanwhile I have 7 cats.
Well, at least we have sandhill cranes in the backyard, so at least I get to watch them, which is fascinating. If you all have never seen sandhill cranes, they're 4 feet tall. They are magnificent. I was so upset the other day because my mom told me that I missed their mating dance.
Oh,
awesome! That happened in our backyard, but I missed it. But apparently they did a whole mating dance in our backyard. We've just got nature planet in our backyard.
You need to put up nanny cams all over your yard.
Every time I see them, I just get really excited, even though they come every day when it's nice outside, or every day during the spring and summer. And I'm like, yes, the cranes are here, because they're just these magnificent animals. So the cranes are kind of my pets.
Didn't realize your backyard was such a romantic getaway for animals.
I know, right? And I get really excited because then they'll sometimes, or for a while, it was just because cranes mate for life. So it was two showing up for a while, and then just one was showing up. So I got really sad because I was like, oh no, did the mate die? But no. Then three started showing up.
Aww.
So it was just one showing up because one was nesting, and then they showed up with the baby. So like we've got generations of cranes now.
Wow, cool.
Because now it's the baby, the grown-up baby from a few years ago, doing the mating dance with their mate. It's just like the cycle of life. It's amazing. I love it.
Do you set out food for them?
My dad does. My dad's we've got birds up the wazoo because my dad feeds the birds daily, and so he brings the cranes.
Do they bring gifts with them? Or
they do not.
I guess crows are. I guess crows are the only birds that will really.
Well, we do get crows, and we had apparently there was like a hawk. So the crows and the squirrels become friends because a hawk tried to attack a squirrel and a crow fended it off. I also missed that. I'm missing all the good drama. I do need an Andy.
Discovery Channel in Kelly's backyard.
It really is.
Kelly's being We totally need to make a sign that says that too.
When my son was younger, he had some pet rats, and they were well-trained, really smart. He could call each of them by name. One would come and sit on his shoulder while he read a book or did something else,
I love that.
All right, so I guess we should really touch on our go through the subject of our lead or
Sigmund the Sea Monster.
Yeah. There's we all watched it, and it's an interesting show. Not the best one I feel out of the bunch, but yes, there's some interesting trivia. Johnny Whitaker and Scott Seed Colden became buddies while shooting Disney's movie of the week, Mystery in Dracula's Castle, in 1973. And Whitaker recommended Colden for the part on the series. The pair remained lifelong friends off screen, spending holidays together and serving best man duties in each other's wedding.
Aw, that's sweet.
So this is one that I've touched on before. One day at the beach, creator Sid Croft took notice of a mass of seaweed that had drifted near the shore. As it bounced and frolicked upon the waves, Croft envisioned it as a living creature, so he scooped it up and hauled it back to his production office, where he introduced it as Sigmund the Sea Monster, the star of his next TV show.
That's adorable.
Well, just
and
imagine
you definitely see.
Yeah. Imagine your boss coming in with a big pile of seaweed in his hand and making you talk like a puppet. We're going to make a show out of this pile of seaweed now.
And you're like, the boss has lost it.
Why do I work here again?
The question is, did he put googly eyes on it? Were googly eyes a thing back in the 70s?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Miss Potato Head started in the 40s or 50s or something. The eyes weren't googly, but you could stick eyes on things anyway.
Googly eyes make everything better.
Absolutely. All right. So early into the start of the second season, a light fell from the rafters onto the styrofoam cave, igniting a fire in which decimated 2 sound stages at Samuel Goldwyn Studios. The production was delayed for 5 weeks as they recreated the sets at General Service Studios, which resulted in only 12 episodes being shot instead of the 15 that the network had contracted. And there's on YouTube, I came across the Sid and Marty Krofft story, the true Hollywood story of their career, and it's actually really interesting. They touch on a lot. So make sure you guys watch that if you guys have time. Rip Taylor, known as Sheldon, was in full costume with green makeup and wig, pink shorts, a cape, and flippers on his feet when the fire erupted at the studio. Everyone was dazed and confused. He couldn't hitch a ride and had to trek down Hollywood Boulevard in fish drag to get back into the hotel where he was staying. I feel bad for him because, you think Hollywood would have been used to seeing strange creatures walking around by that time because, it's Hollywood. I would totally pick him up. It's like, hey, you look interesting. Let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the first season, Johnny Whitaker performed a song in each episode, but this was abandoned in the second season because his voice was changing.
Oh, poor kid.
Yeah. That's Hollywood's, typical thing. Mary Wicks, known as Aunt Zelda, had committed herself to a play which was scheduled to begin after the second season wrapped, but fire destroyed the Sigmund set and delayed production. Aunt Zelda was temporarily written out, but Wicks juggled her schedule to shoot a few scenes, which explained her disappearance and showed her return. In an effort to get the actors to emote genuine characters through constricting costumes, Big Daddy was portrayed by a woman, Sharon Baird, and Sweet Mama was played by a man, Vaughn Snowden. Interesting.
Mm. Well, sea monsters are like that,
In an effort to get the actors to... Oh, sorry. Read that already. Derp. Sid and Marty Krofft, creators and producers of the show, also created Land of the Lost, 1974, HR Pufnstuf, 1969, Lizville, 1971, and The Boogaloos in 1970. And I believe we're going to be touching on The Boogaloos soon, so stay tuned for that. RCA Records released the tie-in Johnny Whitaker soundtrack album. They insisted that the first single, Friends, was heard at the start of the show. As a result, the titular theme song didn't debut until the second season. 5 weeks before the show debuted, LA audiences got a preview of Sigmund and Johnny Whitaker performing the first season theme song in the world of Sid and Marty Krofft at the Hollywood Bowl in 1973, which was taped and broadcast as a syndicated TV special that Thanksgiving. Creator Sid Krofft and Rip Taylor had been friends for years, but this was their first time working together. It went so well that Taylor was brought in to basically play the wacky neighbor in the Brady Bunch Variety Hour in 1976. He later made a guest appearance on Pryor's Place in 1984. And lastly, in Paul Revere Rides Again, Aunt Zelda's last name is revealed to be Marshall. All right. So if anybody else has any interesting facts about the show, please say it now.
Pryor's Place.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah.
Sorry, what, Dave?
The Pryor's Place. I forgot all about that. The Richard Pryor had a short-lived thing.
Yeah, I remember some of his comedy. I don't recall too much of his shows. I was introduced to Pryor's comedy probably around the same time that I was introduced to George Carlin stuff. So it's like, oh, okay, this is raunchy, but I love it.
Carlin was always my favorite. Carlin and Stephen Wright are still my favorite comedians.
Yes. I really wish that Carlin wouldn't have died so soon. Because I'm sure his comedy would have been nice to have during this time that we're going through.
I'm sure he would have had a lot to say.
Hey, on the the good thing about his comedy is his words that you can't see on television is kind of past now. You can't say a lot of that stuff on television. I'm sure he would have made an updated list.
Yeah. But I remember from that time, Rip Taylor was in a series of Photomat commercials. I don't know if they were just local or not, but it was called the Photo Fairy, and he would throw glitter,
That was his thing.
Photos in an hour.
That was his thing, where he would have like stuff to throw glitter at and at the audience, or his appearance in Jackass though was interesting. Like, I shouldn't say that I wasn't expecting him to show up, because I mean it's Jackass, who you knew that someone interesting was going to show up. But yeah,
someone unexpected, basically.
Yeah. But Rip Taylor, even though I don't know a whole lot of his work, had made appearances in like TV and even movies throughout the 90s, 80s and 90s. So I'm aware of him. I just don't know too much of him. Molly Daniels with I have fond memories of watching Sigmund every Saturday. I did not have time this week to rewatch. It's okay. And then Fish Drag.
Is that trolling or trolling?
No, like, but yeah, the fact that he was walking down Hollywood Boulevard in that costume and nobody would pick him up sounds very weird to me.
Right? Like, have they not seen weirder? Come on.
Well, growing up, I was always told never to pick up strange fish. I guess truism. Yeah.
So, what do you guys have planned for today?
Going to my nephew's birthday party.
Yay! How old is he?
Oh my gosh,
It's okay.
7 or 8. The age keeps changing, and I have a million nieces and nephews. I'm a bad aunt.
It's okay. Is there a theme to his party, or?
I'm not
sure.
Probably Pokemon, because he loves Pokemon.
Oh wow! How about you're going to the arcade thing today, right?
I'll go to the Arcade Expo for a little while. I'm going to see if I can watch Ryan Permison's Nerdy Projects show today. And then dinner and a movie. I'm cooking some pot pies right now. I've got the crock pot going.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I'm going to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Enjoy. What about you, Willow?
I have the adoption event happening today at PetSmart, and then I don't know. After that, I think it's just watching whatever we have on our PVR. I have apparently a couple episodes of The Rookie that I need to catch up on. So it's.
I don't know if I've seen this week's or not, but yeah, I usually stay pretty current with that one. It's a big Nathan Fillion fan.
Oh yeah, I was watching Castle last night, and it's like, oh, I really missed that show.
Me too. Such a good show.
Yeah, we're in 7 seasons or something? Pretty good run.
Yeah, 8 seasons, I think, and then they canceled it after that because the show just tanked after. So it's.
I think there was behind the scenes drama.
Yeah.
I heard the
chemistry.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, Molly. In case you missed it, my daughter has a new ultrasound of her baby boy. He was very proud to show off this boy part. Well, okay, you can't try to keep that a secret. Yeah, I can see how hard that would be.
And then tonight we lose an hour.
Okay, that is happening tonight. Okay, I was wondering, like my husband told me about that, and I'm like, no, that seems too early.
Yeah,
And
they
then tomorrow,
changed how early it was a few years ago. Like
it used to be like
nothing.
late. Yeah. And then tomorrow night is going to be the finale, season finale for Last of Us.
I need to catch up on that show. Have you guys been watching True Lies, the TV show?
Mm-mm.
My wife used to. Yeah, I do like Tim Roth.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, that was Lie to Me. I'm thinking of the wrong show.
I've been thinking about watching it, and even though like I love the movie, and I don't know how I feel about there being a TV show.
Some movies don't need TV shows.
I don't know. It's weird because it's like the movie was so great that you wanted a TV show to go along with it then, but now after how long? Like 30 years later?
That'd be 5 years, yeah. The next week I'm filming, and the week after that will be Lexington Comic Con.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Speaking of Comic Cons, do I have the video to Nerdy Gra still?
Yeah, have you all heard anything from Johnny?
He left us a message, but that was it. Yeah, no,
He's not one saying why he's not here this week. I don't know if he had sent any updates or photos, anything like that yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
No. It looks like they took the video out for Nerdy Gra, but that's where Johnny is right now, and I'm sure he'll be updating us throughout his day. Make sure that you pay attention to the Back of the Cereal Box Instagram page and his socials, because there's going to be pictures everywhere.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Molly is states isn't that normally the other way around? Successful TV gets movie. Yeah, I don't know. So it really depends. It really depends,
also
because
National
I've seen
Treasure TV show. Like, who asked for that? I mean, okay, Zendaya's in it, so I'm gonna watch it at some point because I love her and I will watch anything with her in it. But
yeah.
If we really need that, no.
Yeah, I think historically the most successful movie to TV adaptation has been MASH, that ran 11 seasons or whatever it was, and won 300 Emmys and stuff like that.
Because it was so good.
Another one that lasted a good while going from movie to TV was Buffy.
Mm.
There were
That's right.
7 seasons of Buffy. I forget how far they went.
7.
7, okay.
And then plus
Buffy
like
was my
Angel.
first fandom. Well, and
Yeah.
that's because
Still.
when Joss pitched the Buffy movie,
Mhm.
the studio twisted it into something that wasn't his original
Right.
mental image, which
Originally,
I love the Buffy movie.
Burned the high school down to get all the vampires, if I remember right. But that they changed the movie to where she just staked them all, I think.
Yeah, they basically made it more campy, which I love it for the campiness, but the TV show is more true to his original vision.
Yeah, and Pee Wee Herman is still the best death on
Oh,
screen.
absolutely.
Oh my gosh. So good. Like, that is one of my favorite campy movies ever. But then I love Buffy the show for what it is.
Yeah.
That is my favorite. It was my first fandom. It was a masterpiece.
There's a group that hosts the Buffy sing-along. And then so we do that for our sci-fi convention, where we play the Buffy episode, the musical episode, and Dr. Horrible.
Yeah.
And then then once in a while, there's a group that rents the theater near my house and does the Dr. Horrible sing-along blog.
You need to do that. Find somewhere local to do that. That sounds amazing.
Do it. It's so much fun, especially when you have if your city's like mine that loves theater and musicals. Do it. Well, I think that's the end of our show, though.
2 musicals that are coming up in town I'm looking forward to. One is Schoolhouse Rock, the musical.
Oh
my gosh.
That's coming up in May, I think.
That would be an awesome okay, first of all, that would be an awesome episode, Johnny.
That wasn't necessarily Saturday morning. That was throughout the week, too. It wasn't relegated to just one time. But yeah, Schoolhouse Rock was foundational for most of us.
But I think a lot of us learned how to do like math and other stuff through those songs.
Yeah. And then the other, we're finally going to bring back Evil Dead the musical.
No,
hadn't been on stage in town in probably 7-8 years, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one again. Singing, dancing,
incredible,
fantastic.
Oh, awesome! I look forward to talking more with you, Dave. You have a wonderful day at the convention. Kelly, have fun at your nephew's birthday party. You guys are fabulous. Thank you for joining me today and making this episode so much fun.
Have a good time playing with all the puppies and kitties.
Yes. Pet some for me.
Yes, absolutely. All right, you guys all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.